Good day, YouTubers. Well, today brings the final review on the 1150 Sunshine wide range cassette 11 speed. Final review. I would like to be actually saying that in 12 months time, but with only having this cassette for 2 weeks, today marks the final review. It's going to have to come off the bike. That I've got no choice with. A previous viewer made a comment of why would anyone backpedal? Now, my biggest complaint with this to date has been the fact that it derails off the cog within about a quarter of a turn or less. And that being a very large problem, I believe, for most serious mountain bikers. Especially if you ride rough terrain. If you're just on fire roads or the road or something like that, look, you're probably never going to actually backpedal. Why do I backpedal? Well, look, two that instantly come to mind would be I'm on a bit of a climb, slight incline. I've got to get up a little bit of a rock face or something like that, and what I need to quickly do is get my power foot forward in order to do what I call a little power mono, in order to get that front wheel up onto, a small ledge or something like that. Now, the fastest way to do that is to just slightly backpedal. Get that foot in position. That could be half a turn. You might have that foot might be all the way back. Well, this particular cassette is not going to be able to handle that. And we'll just have a quick look and I'll show you why. So here I am in the 50. I've got a big climb coming up, and we'll just quickly backpedal that half a turn. I'll try and get it so you can see me actually backpedaling, but back we go, and we're off. Look at that. Straight off the cog. All right, I'll do it again. We're off. Okay, now that happens all the way through down to the first of the aluminium cogs here. Not ideal. What's another reason why you want to backpedal? Cornering. The fastest way to get your opposite foot down, or the closest foot to the corner up, is to backpedal. If you're running a big gear and really pushing that sprint, you certainly don't necessarily want to be pushing forward against the resistance of power. If you need to get that foot down fast, backpedal, which is another big reason why you would do it. And that's not to mention things like, using trial skills and things like that in order to stop, crank strikes. For example, if you're in a sort of a bit of a rock garden and pedaling all the way through will only create rock strikes. Or crank strikes, you might need to sort of half pedal, power on, power off, power on, power off, in order to get your way through, and lift up the back with the front and make your way through those particular rocks. Look, they're just a couple that come to mind. I'm sure there's many other reasons, but if they're the ones I use pretty consistently, and this thing, the chain won't stay on. The worst thing that'll happen is that you will be, say, in this case, what happened on the weekend was I needed to do a little bit of a half pedal or back pedal. So back I went, bang, she came off. All right, now I'm on a technical climb. We're on 18%. And I then go and put the power back down with the chain half off. Now, most of you know, if you shift under load, you're likely to snap your chain, or in this case, worse. So what happened? Well, I heard a bit of a bang, and as we bring this cassette round, look what happened. We ripped off, yes, one of the little cogs broke. All right, and that's just from poor shifting. That's from not being able to hold onto its cog with a very slight back pedal. All I needed to do was get that front wheel up onto a ledge, a little bit of a mono up, put the power down, bring the back up, and on you go. No, this can't do it. So this cassette is now absolutely ruined. I will give the company, in this particular case, credit for the fact that they did give a refund on the cassette. So we'll now remove that and we'll basically put it in the bin. What's going to go back onto that? The ever reliable, incredibly well built Garber cassette. Now, this is a very different beast. I'm just grabbing one currently off of my bench here. We'll bring it in front. Here we go. 11 to 50, 11 speed cassette. All right. From the 11 up to the 42, all made out of one piece of high tensile steel. This is not going to snap teeth off anytime soon. The largest, of course, is made out of a 7075 aluminium, which I'm actually now highly doubting, even though they quote that this is those first, the four biggest of the cogs are all 7075 aluminium. I doubt it. I think it might be a bit softer than that, considering I've snapped one off. A 36, I think this is a 36 here for this one. It's just a little bit too small to be out of aluminium. There's too much strain on it. The bigger ones, look, the strain is spread out all the way around, you know. But here on this one, it's only spread into a small area. So, yeah, this should be steel, maybe aluminium. That's just my opinion on that one. But this baby is going back. There is a stark difference. You know, this is a $350 cassette right here. You know, this one here, only about $130 odd. But you do pay for what you get. This cassette has 1,800 kilometers on it. Still shifting perfectly. I keep it clean, as you can see here. All my cassettes, look, you know, this has been ridden, and you can see here, you know, I don't muck around with keeping these things dirty. They're cleaned pretty much after every ride, and this is due to be cleaned, and you know, a fresh coat of wax to be run over it every single ride. You know, that's the best way to get longevity out of it. And as you can see here, 1,800 kilometers, still going strong. You know, I've only got to get a 0.75 on chain stretch, bang, new train. It's not worth it. Chains are cheap. Cassettes are dear. So, look, that finishes my review on the Sunshine slash Zito slash Bolani cassettes that you'll find on AliExpress. Yeah, you also might have noticed that from the last video to this video, this is actually now changed to SRAM rather than the Shimano SLX that was originally on this Merida Big 9. For me, personally, SRAM, crisp, positive shifting. You hit that lever and bang, she's in gear every time. Very, very reliable. I just can't speak highly enough of SRAM in that case. The shifting is just impeccable. You know, the shifting, it got worse. The backpedaling issue, it was getting worse. It was never going to get better. The company who sold this to me said, oh, you know, you just need to put some miles into it. You know, it needs to wear in. Well, as I said from the start, these things usually don't wear in, they wear out. So in this case, yes, it was wearing out, and that the shifting issues were getting worse. So look, it's a cheap cassette. If you're only pushing forwards, maybe it'll do the job. If you're not putting through any decent watts, look, this might be all right for you. But if you're pushing through, the sort of watts that are required to, propel yourself up, 10% climbs or bigger, or you're a bit of a sprinter and you're starting to push over, 1,000 watts, you're probably going to break this cassette, to be honest with you. So it's certainly not for you. I wouldn't want to race on this cassette. I wouldn't want to trust this cassette. I wouldn't want to do all that training, go out to a race and have it, have it failure, the chain jam, fall off, snap. that's all your hard fought effort, straight down the drain, just in one foul swoop. So look, as I said, my advice would be give it a miss. Save your $130 to look around $180 odd. You'll find them on AliExpress. Save it up another couple of months and buy yourself a Sunrace cassette if you're running the Shimano HG driver. If you really want something nice, my opinion is probably nothing better than the Garbrook cassette as far as durability, strength. Look them up, garbrook.com. Have a look at them and just see what's behind them. And those guys are pretty switched on. So that finishes my review of why not to buy the Sunshine 11 to 50 tooth cassette. I've got to reiterate again, this company was excellent. I put in a claim and they did refund my money. So yeah, at least that way, I didn't get ripped off. It's just a shame. I would love to have seen this work, because these types of cassettes, they're either expensive or they're heavy. So, and this was great. Only 370, 80 odd grams. It was, it was perfect. But unfortunately, the longevity and performance was not. Anyway, thank you. Any questions or comments, please pop them below. And help me out, subscribe, and over time I'll bring more of these to you. And as I said and promised, a bit of an update on the Merida Big 9 Limited and where it's up to. Again, this is the one to get as far as the Merida alloy frames go. It's designed on the carbon model, as I said before, but the big plus for this one, of course, is 12mm through axle, not skewer. Thanks, guys.